Hello. Hey, now it's working. Hello, hello, hello. How are y'all doing? I see you, Ninja. Thought you were late. No, technically I'm late, I guess. Sorry for being late. How are y'all doing? Welcome to Friday Eve. Hope everybody's doing fantastic. I probably gonna be doing a lot of this stream. My neck is killing me. I'm getting old, apparently. I've taken two crap, what are they called? Two of the high dosage, ultra extra strength. There it is. 2 extra strength Tylenol. Get through the stream, and then I'm gonna crash and go to bed on my pillow that's apparently not working very well because I have neck pain. But yeah. Anyway, we are at San Juan. We're gonna go to St. Maarten, and then from St. Maarten we're going to wow, I've already forgotten the name of the second airport we're going to. TDPD. Douglas Charles Airport. Dominica. Hey Kayla, how's it going? So we're loaded up on VKBsim. We're going to be taking the ATR. It's a live stream debut on the channel. I really do enjoy it. We're on the most recent update of it. It just got updated today. And a part of that is you can now import your flight plan into the FMC and load the plane from the EFB. So jump in here and I'll show you what I mean. So we come over here to flight plan. I've already imported it. I've already set our weights and everything. So we're all good there. You just import, then you can set fuel, set payload, boom. It's so much easier than having to set it from the fuel menu, blah, 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 all that crap, which is just annoying as heck. So everything's in there. The only thing I've done to set up the plane is I just turned on the battery and turned on the nav light. So we'll get this thing set up. We'll get this thing ready to roll. As usual, we're on VKBsim. So if you feel like flying along, feel free. But we'll go through this. The way I do this is I just turn off all the offs. It's pretty much how I treat this plane. So the battery's on, our ground power's on. So we'll just go through, make sure all of the important stuff is turned on. Windshield heating, arm the emergency lights. We'll get our seat belts, no device signs on, turn on the fuel pumps. The pitot heat, I'm going to leave off until we get pushed back so we don't burn anybody on the ground. And we can jump down here and get all of this set up. It looks like it loaded the flight plan into the Barbados is having some bad weather right now. I see some weather. Yeah, I see some weather at the southern part of the Caribbean. I see down there. It looks like there's ATC on down there. I don't know if we'll clip ATC today or not. The second flight. Hopefully. I planned this a couple days ago, so I didn't know the weather when I planned it. Kind of wish I would have planned further south to have some interesting weather. Anyway, this is plugged in. So we can go in here and choose our runway for departure. Make sure that's plugged in correctly. We're going to take runway 08. We can jump over here and get the METAR. It's built into the plane now, which is nice. Ones are 080 at 11, gusting 18 knots. So runway 08 is what we want, and the altimeter is 3004. So we'll get that plugged in here in just a sec. We'll pick runway 08, and I don't think we have any departure that we can take, but I'll open up Navigraph, which I probably should have already had open, just to double check and make sure. Yeah, unload that, import flight, import from SimBrief, pop that in. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're gonna have any departure we can take. No, all these departures go way further than we're going. So no departure, no transition. We'll execute that. So we'll basically go San Juan VOR. I'll show you guys the flight plan here. We're here at San Juan. We'll take the VOR. There's an airway that we're going to take, and then we're just on waypoints after that. As we come down, we'll pick up an arrival into St. Maarten and land the famous over the beach approach. Although we're not in a 747, so I guess it won't be as cool as KLM doing it, but you know, it'll still be cool nonetheless. Get Sim Link going so I can see where I am. But it looks like our flight plan's in. I'm just gonna double check here. And it did not load it correctly. I was afraid of that. So SJU has us taking route 2. So I may just put in these waypoints manually, I guess, because it's not showing route 2. It's crazy to see in person. I'd love to go see it in person. All right, I'll plug these in real quick. Isla. Then Fajar. It's like Jafar, but the letters are messed up. Got Touro. Touro. And then Mali. It's so close, and it's funny to see how many people freak out. My favorite is the people holding onto the fence when planes are taking off. I'm gonna have to find a video. It's hilarious. All right. STT PJM. Where is it getting PJM from? That's not in the flight plan. What the nut is this thing doing? Oh. PJM is the St. Maarten VOR. Here's what we'll do. We'll take airway. That airway doesn't exist as well. Okay, we'll do it this way then. Looks like there's still some issues with loading flight plans in, but that's all right. Slugo. Gaboul. You're in St. Maarten right now? Nice. Well, we'll be there in about an hour. Not too long of a flight. Okay, so that is the route the flight plan plugged in. All right, execute. And then to double check what's going on, let's get rid of the yoke. And we will pick It's not letting us do plan. It's annoying. Because I'm zoomed in all the way? Oh, that's down here. Hold on a second. I'm lost. PFD. What did I break? I broke something. Indie. Challenging for the 747. I've seen videos. They gotta take off and like immediately turn. It's pretty crazy. All right, we can take a look at it this way. Our route is in. Fine. That's the route we're gonna be taking there. Apparently I don't know how to get to the plan page, so it's kind of annoying. That's all right. Okay, so continuing on, we have no ATC we need to worry about, so we'll go ahead and go to our cruise altitude, which is going to be 13,000 feet. Not going to be flying very high at all today. It takes forever to scroll in this plane. It's like PMDG on steroids with their damn barrow out minimums or whatever. All right, 13,000 feet. We will double check down here. I'm going to go to perf. We'll get this taken care of. So cruise altitude 13,000. We need to get the weights plugged in. So if we jump over here, we'll go to payload, or we'll go, here we go. Zero fuel weight 43821. Uh, 43821. With that, and then our fuel on board is 4281. 4281. Boom. That gives us our gross weight. Awesome. Now we can go back to the perf page. We got the V speeds are in. You go here, performance. Okay. Should be good. Sweet. We come over here to our speeds. We can go. Set them to manual. 125 should be okay. If we go to the what's the speed I'm looking for? $175. VFTO 139. That's what we want. That's the one. Sorry, it's been a minute since I've flown this plane, and I haven't flown it very much, so it's just a matter of kind of relearning as I go. So far, it's going okay. The last thing we got to do is the takeoff heading 078. Let's actually use the Honeycomb dial to tune the heading. But like everything else on this plane, you have to scroll forever to do it. 078. That's in. That's good. And we are ready to get ready for pushback. So the way we'll do the pushback, get the sim sound turned up, and I need to get FS realistic going. right, I want to turn off landing applause. Thank God that's off. Screw landing applause. And then I need to turn off the brakes because those are annoying. We learned that. Okay. So to start this plane, we'll go beacon on. And we'll need to turn on the prop brake because we're going to use something called hotel mode. And what that is we're going to start the right engine. Just make sure everything here is good. All those faults should be taken care of once we get running. So we're going to start the right engine and we'll bring it up to power, but the prop won't be turning. So it acts as an APU, which is pretty awesome. So we'll go here to the aircraft, get the cargo door shut, main door shut, tail prop taken care of, and the wheel chocks off. And we'll jump outside and make sure all that is getting taken care of. Which it is. Jump up here. We're going to use start A. And we'll go ahead and start engine 2. Come down here 10%. We'll bring the condition lever up to feather. If we jump over here, the engine is starting, but the prop is not turning, which is what we want. Even though the sound pack that I use sounds like the prop is turning. Ooh, Kayla, look what I'm drinking. I got the breezeberry one. It's okay, actually. Okay, so that's running. Take it up to auto, so it'll be generating power. You're so in love with me? Well, I'm so in love with you, so I guess it works out. So that right engine is running right now, but the prop is not turning. And what that does is it makes it so that the ground crew can still be doing stuff since this plane doesn't have an APU. That way we can go into GSX. Oh, we got to set the wheel chocks in hotel mode. Okay. More you know. And we will prepare for pushback and departure. So we got power coming in, ACW Gen 2. So we'll turn off our ground power. We'll disconnect the ground power.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
We are ready for pushback. We'll be doing nose to the right, tail to the left. While we're waiting, we can go ahead and set our baro out, which is going to be 3004. So we'll jump down here. 3004 is set.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
There we go. They're getting everything set up. I don't use the checklist in this plane. It has a built-in checklist, but it's kind of a bear to use because you have to bounce between this, and then it's kind of depends on... Hello. What's up, dude? It kind of depends on what you're clicking on. Whether you hit enter or you hit this, you just have to bounce all over the place, so I don't use it. It's just kind of annoying for me to use. All right, nose to the right, tail to the left.
Parking brakes, please.
Release the parking brake and pull the wheel chocks.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at wheel.
And with that, since we're a prop plane, we don't start the second engine until the pushback is finished. Looks like we got somebody else here. We'll take a look and see who that is. That's an MU2, apparently. I don't know what that is. MU2. A Mitsubishi MU2. It's a dual turboprop. He's flying one of these. This metal matching is still very messed up. Your favorite Alani Nu flavor was the limited edition from last summer. See, I haven't really drank much of their stuff. I tried one that my cousin said was good, and then I've tried this one, and I tried the one that you had that one time. Set the parking brakes. And we'll confirm the good engine start just so GSX will stop beeping at me.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start.
All right. We'll jump up here and we'll hit start number 2. Get that rolling. Once we get to 5% here, bring the props up to feather to get the engine running. And this propeller actually be spinning. So that's good. Like how the tug drives into the plane. I hate how terrible GSX is, but it's the only option we have. Alright, bring it up to auto. So that left engine's going to come up to auto. See, our NP is rising. We'll let that get stabilized. Yeah, I hate GSX. It is the worst program I've ever bought. I hate it. Well, okay. To be fair, the worst thing I've ever bought. It's the worst non-airplane thing I've ever bought, but it's the only option we have. It's so crap, but what else you gonna get, right? The worst thing I've ever bought is the Jar Design A330. No. This is the Magnite 787, an X-plane. Because then to update it to where you could actually use it, they tried to charge us again, and I didn't buy it. Alright, so what I did, we put the right engine back down to feather, went up and turned off the prop brake, and then we brought the engine back up to auto. So now this prop is spinning over here, which is what we want. Let's check our payload page. We need a trim of 1.4 up. Got the trim alarm. I love it. I'm gonna do like 1.1 probably. A lot of these Asobo planes tend to over pitch. We're a little liberal with the pitch here. So we got that set. Performance, our takeoff is going to be with flaps 15. So set flaps 15. And I also need to go to the transponder page, which is in serve. We hit serve. Hi, Ronald. How's it going? I don't know what that means. Equido? I don't know. I'm putting it in Google. Don't know what that means. I'm an English-speaking American. I don't know what most things mean. All right. So jump down here. We need to turn the transponder on. I want to squawk not 7,000. Let's just do 2800. Sure. Enter. Just kidding. Can't do that. It only goes up to 7. Sweet. That's in. Transponder's on. We'll make sure we're squawking mode C since we're on VKBsim. Awesome. So we'll make sure we get nav. Indie up over here, which is what we want. And then we need to switch our radio. Any ATC at TNCM? There is not at the moment. I think the guy who's controlling right now, I don't think St. Maarten is inside of his place. All right, we're on VKBsim. We'll go ahead and release parking brakes. We'll get rolling. So our taxi is just going to be straight ahead, turn onto the runway, and then get out of here. Going to be taking off at this runway right down here. Anybody here ever flown on an ATR? I've flown on a Dash 8 300 or 200. 300? I think it's a Dash 8 300 when I was in North Carolina. This is the worst flight I've ever had in my life. Apparently the Q400's a lot nicer than the other Dash 8s. But there's not many ATRs that fly in the US. We have Silver Airways and I think that's it. The closest we can get to ATRs is the Caribbean. I'm hoping we get some good views today. At least get to see a little bit of these islands. All right, we're coming up on the runway. We have our props to auto. We'll get the gust lock off so we can actually go to take off power. Then I'll come up here. I can't see the text on my monitor for these. We'll get the strobe light on. We'll go ahead and turn onto the runway. Get the engine sounds turned up. Line up, get the landing lights on. Make sure we got the sounds turned up. CYTZ, I'll look here in just a second. I'll also send you the link to the website I use to look. And then the way I do this is because I have to get into this notch here. I'll stand on the brakes. Get the throttles up to take off. And then we'll hit it. Let's get out of here. Our rotate is 111. There's our V1. Our rotate there. We're out of here. Positive climb. Gear coming up. Got 400 feet. I'm gonna go ahead and hit nav. Start us flying on the flight plan. And I'm the streamer, and the engines are hurting my ears with this rumble. Let's follow the flight plan. We're up about 1,500 feet. We'll go climb. We'll nose down and start accelerating a bit. We're gonna accelerate up to about 100 and we'll do about 175, 180 knots. There's our flaps retraction speed. We'll bring the flaps up. Just keep our acceleration going. This is a really fun plane to fly. If you don't have it, I think there's a version of the ATR that comes free with Microsoft Flight Sim. I don't know if it's a special edition or special. You have to have the premium or the deluxe edition to get it. Let's go IS. It's a really fun plane to fly. At IAS, and we'll go autopilot, yaw damper. We'll start flying our flight plan there. What is this? Anti-icing alphas? Oh, I never turned on the probe heats, did I? Yep, that's what that is. All right, CYTC. Let's take a look. So this is Simaware. This is the website I use. I'll drop you the link real quick. There you go. If we look at Canada, it looks like there is no ATC on in Canada, so CYTC wouldn't, or CYTZ would not have any ATC. Lots of letters. I think that's Toronto City, right? So it'd be down here. There's no ATC on there. I like this website because you can see kind of what's going on. See here, Seattle Center's on. Come down here. You can see the centers, and then you can also see the approach controllers as well, which is kind of nice. And then we are connected to VKBsim, right? Oh yeah, there we go. There we are. We're going over here to SXM, St. Maarten. So there we are there. There was another plane. There's that plane that took off before us. They're going to St. Maarten too. Pretty awesome, pretty awesome. So now, I don't know what it is about this plane, but I can barely see stuff on the screens in this plane. It's kind of weird. I can see stuff on other planes perfectly fine, but when it comes to this plane, I can't see crap. Which is kind of annoying. We should be good. I'm going to zoom out the PFD a little bit, the ND. There we go. Kind of get a good picture of what our flight plan is up to. Once we get up to cruise, we'll plan a arrival into St. Maarten. We'll actually take a probably going to be a localizer approach. I don't know if I want to screw around with RNAV in this plane. I haven't tried that yet. It's because I'm old. My eyesight is 20/20, thank you very much. I got one eye that's superhuman and I got one eye that sucks. It's like if I close my right eye, everything's a blur. But if I close my left eye, everything's fine. They cancel out to 20/20. All right. Let's jump outside. Now that my controller is broken, I have showcase mode set up with keyboard. I'm still trying to get used to it, so I apologize. It's gonna take a hot minute to get used to it. But I'm trying. I'm also looking at the stream itself. And you're the one with bad eyes? Well, relative to me, yes. Sorry, but it's true. And we're away. I think a lot of people in the flight sim community will look at prop liners as like being ultra complex planes to fly. They're really not. You know, obviously there's a learning curve to come along with it, but if you know the basics, like if you've ever done 737, or I guess in this sim probably the free A320, you can fly this. Watch a YouTube video or two and you'll be fine. So, there was something interesting I saw today. We are getting an A300 from Just Flight, which is going to be kind of interesting. They uploaded the trailer and set it to private, so they're probably going to announce it at FS Expo this weekend. But the thing that's going to be interesting is I would be willing to put money down that Any Builds is bringing their A300 to MSFS as well. The difference between the two is the one that Just Flight is doing is an older version. So it'll have analog instruments and everything, which I'm super into. And then the Any Builds one is the newer one, the A300B6, I think it is, where it has all the electronics in it. Has FMCs and all that. This one will have an INS. So it'll have this instead of the FMC computer, where you can type everything in. All analog. Which I'm a big fan of. And Just Flight has boldly claimed that every single system will be modeled, including those which are operated from the flight engineer seat. I forgot this plane had a flight engineer. Forgot about that. A300 flight engineer panel. What's on this panel? I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this. There we go. Another panel to have to deal with. Looks like a lot of monitoring things is what it looks like. Gauges and stuff. probably with the age in which this plane came out, the FAA probably required a flight engineer to make it transatlantic. The A300 was the first twin-engine plane that could fly across the Atlantic legally, which is pretty cool. Basically, one A300, not A330. 1977 became the first airliner to receive ETOPS certification. ETOPS, extended twin engine operations. Basically, the way this works is twin engine planes have to fly within a certain distance of an airport. So if they have an engine failure, so all the planes that fly now have to fly within a certain range of airports across the Atlantic. So if there's an engine failure, they're able to make it to an airport. It's kind of an interesting, fun thing. One of those safety things. Previous to this, ETOPS wasn't needed because planes had 4 engines or 3 engines flying across the Atlantic, and they could fly on 2 engines. Realistically, planes that have 2 engines can probably fly on 1 engine, but people don't want to play around with that. Not a probably not a really fun thing you want to mess around with, trying to fly a plane with 2 engines with just 1 engine. So I've made it to cruise. Looking good. You can look at Navigraph and see where we're at. We're about to make a right-hand turn down to St. Thomas VOR. It's a little bit cloudy, but once we get down to St. Thomas and we're kind of flying next to these islands, we'll see if we can see some Caribbean islands out of here. Is anybody into pirates? I'm into pirates. I want to go to Jamaica and I want to go to Kingston. I really just want to explore like all of the pirate towns. It's like I want to go to Tortuga, which is in Haiti. It's this island up here. I don't know if there's much there, but I'd like to visit someday. But piracy in the Caribbean is something one of my rabbit holes I've jumped down. It's just super fascinating to me. I want to go in real life. Yeah, I really want to visit. In pirate hubs. Six famous pirate strongholds. Port Royal doesn't exist anymore. Port Royal was taken out by a earthquake, I believe. Or wait, not Port Royal. Was it? No. Port Royal still exists. That's where I want to go in Jamaica. What was the one that was... Which one was it? It was Port Royal. I don't know. I need to brush up on my piracy. Yeah, really want to go to Port Royal. Tortuga. Tortuga was in Pirates of the Caribbean. There's a lot of places. We found on cruises they had to turn off lights all night and keep quiet because we were crossing in a well-known pirate area. Where was this? I didn't know piracy was still going on. I know in Somalia, piracy is really bad. They do some crazy, like, there's some crazy videos online of Somalian pirates. Obviously there was the movie that Tom Hanks was in. Look at me, I am the captain now. That movie. But it's kind of crazy. Like every once in a while, a video will come up with people like on a shipping ship with like the shipping containers, and they're there with like machine guns shooting at the pirates trying to get on the ship. It's just like some crazy stuff. Oh man, this island looks cool. That's a good view. Still a thing in the Caribbean. I mean, to be fair, trying to jump on, like, are they trying to hijack the cruise ship? Because number one, that's a tall order, but also, if they're just trying to catch a free ride, then comparison to the way piracy used to be in the Caribbean. I just recently, like a couple months ago, watched the Black Sails series. I want to watch it again. I'm just gonna have to jump outside and look. Saba is so interesting. They have the smallest airport and they get 2 flights in one day. Saba. Where is Saba? Island of Saba, it's in the Caribbean. That is a tiny airport. It's close to St. Maarten. There used to be an airline called SXM Airways. Interesting. What's Win Air? What do they fly? Little bitty prop liners. Got ATRs. Wet lease from Air Antilles. That's what we're flying. DHC 6s. Okay. 5 square miles. I mean, you gotta think about it though. Probably the best way to get around these islands in the Caribbean is to fly between them. I mean, I'm sure there's ships that go in between, like ferries and stuff, but flying is probably a big part of getting around down here. Along with cruise ships bouncing rich people around all over the place. What'd you find? Okay. Kayla, you're a moderator now. I forgot to do that earlier. I trust you to make good decisions. Piracy has been increasing in the Caribbean Sea in recent years, with anchored yachts the primary target for attackers. Other maritime security incidents have involved tankers and... Wow. Many of these incidents occur off of Belize, Colombia, and Venezuela, as well as the islands of Grenada, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, and the Grenadines. Interesting. I did not know that. I guess that doesn't get as much press as the Somalian pirates. And then, of course, like the 1700s pirates as well. They've kind of been romanticized into being cool AF. Speaking of boats, did you know that there's still a ocean liner going between New York and London? It's the last one, the only ocean liner left. It's the Queen Mary 2. I found that out today. Time I was thinking about was the first cruise you went on because you went to Belize. Gotcha. Yeah, it says this is Cunard has it as a cruise ship. It's not a cruise ship, technically. It's an ocean liner. It's kind of cool. I'd love to go on this one day. It's a 7-day trip from New York to London. Either way. It's like $1,500 to book a ticket though. But I would love to do it someday. Just don't know how much longer it's going to be around. Hopefully it's like a novelty thing now. Hell no. Hell yes. I'd love to do it. It's like the Titan. It's a boat, Kayla. They don't hit icebergs anymore. Global warming has eliminated the icebergs in the northern Atlantic. Be fine. Let's see. This is kind of cool. You have to book it. It's a British company, so you have to book it. How do I find it? I found it earlier. Is it World Voyages? View all voyages. See, an American Air Force is tracking a tropical storm in Barbados doing circles for some reason. We'll look at that. Let me get that up. Not flight aware. What am I looking at? Transatlantic crossing from New York to Southampton. If I did this, I would want to save up money and be in the probably like the Princess Grill suites. I don't. Was it Ocean Gate? I still can't get over how fucking... we can talk about that if you want to. That shit is just ridiculous. I would want to do these Princess Grill suites. These are nice. Got a nice decent room. You got a balcony. You get dining at an exclusive grill. But I would just love to do it. I used to be the way people got between Europe and the US before aviation. I'd love to experience it. Now with this, you go to dinner with this suite. I watched a video. You go to dinner with this Princess Grill suite. You have to bring, like, dudes have to wear full suit, tie, everything, like super nice, super formal. It's really cool. Comes with luxury robes and slippers. Heck yeah. That's what cruises are. Yeah, but like cruises, I don't know. To me, I'd love to go on a cruise, but a cruise seems kind of gimmicky to me. Of course, I've never been on a cruise, so I don't know. But I don't know. I don't know. That's just kind of my... I guess this is a cruise, but going across the Atlantic. There you go. But something I don't like is they call the other suites Britannia. And I think that's too similar to the Britannic, which was the Titanic sister ship that also sunk. You know, like to do a cruise in Europe. I would too. I want to do one in Alaska. All right, flight radar. We'll go to Barbados and we'll see who's circling around. Let's go look at this military plane. Where they at? Is it this one? No. Oh, we're not even... There we go. Let's see. Teal 74, U.S. Air Force. Let's look at where this is from. Oh, they're the Hurricane Hunters. There you go. That's why they're circling around it. These dudes are cool. There's videos online. They fly into hurricanes. They'll fly into the middle of hurricanes. It's all weather research and data gathering and stuff like that. They're really cool. They're some badasses. They're braver than I'll ever be. So that's probably what they're doing. It's just flying in the tropical storm. Gathering data, doing research, all that stuff. Want to see Aurora Borealis? I do too. Love to see the Northern Lights. Okay. Top of descent's coming up. Let's go ahead and get this thing set up to land. Okay, so if we go into Navigraph, and we're gonna do an approach, we'll do a VOR approach. I'm not gonna do this from PJM. What I'd like to do is this one from Slugo. So we'll plan that out. And in the night. There's some brave people. Okay, so we'll do VOR. That's RNAV. I want VOR. VOR Gabul. There we go. So it's going to be the VOR Zulu. No arrival. Ah, that's not going to plug in nice, is it? We might have to do the RNAV. That's annoying. Does this pick it up at? A Vaki? Say, sorry, I'm gonna get this sorted real quick. Okay, that'll work. That'll work actually. So we'll execute that. And then we need to clear and execute that. We still have our top of descent in. And this will take us the RNAV with the Gabool transition. So from Gabool, Avaki, Lesser, Mapon, and then we'll be into the airport. So we have a top of descent. The ATR will give you a top of descent. Even though the VNAV is pretty basic in this plane, it works. I'm not sure about it. Now that I think about it, I'm not sure about a cruise in Alaska. What I'd really like to do is take the Alaskan milk run to just some small town in Alaska. All right, so this milk run, Alaskan Airlines or Alaska Airlines flies between all these small towns where the only connection is air. But I'd love to take it from Anchorage to Juneau. I want to go to Juneau, Alaska. But basically what it is you get on a plane and then they fly to all these towns along the way. Just up and down the coast. So I could go... Oh, here you go. Seattle to Juneau to Yucatan to Cordova to Anchorage. There's all these small towns that are only connected to the rest of the world by plane. But I'd love to go to one of these small towns and just kind of experience what it's like to be in one of these towns. Something I'd love to do. Like this is Juneau, Alaska. Oh, okay. Looks absolutely stunning. Yeah, that's the milk run. It just hops between all these small towns. There's supply flights that Alaska does. So all these towns can get their groceries, people can travel, things like that. It's kind of cool. I want to do this. I want to get my bear spray. I want to go out into the nature. I want to fish for salmon. Love to do that. Just go explore nature. Just like I'd like to go to, even though I don't like the cold weather, I'd like to go to the Canadian North. Kind of the northern provinces where there's not much going on. Stretch my neck and it's like temporary relief and then it starts hurting again. Right now it feels fine. And it just starts getting all tense and stuff right through here. I hate it. I googled it. That's how desperate I am. They said the most common cause of neck pain is a pillow that doesn't support your head correctly. So my highly reviewed Amazon pillows I don't think are the right pillows for me, unfortunately. Chiropractor? I don't know. My insurance covers it, maybe. I feel better about going to a chiropractor after I go to a doctor and the doctor says I'm good. Because last thing I want is to go to a chiropractor. They start working on me and then they like, I don't know, explode a cyst in my neck or something. I don't know. It's like unrealistic fears I have of chiropractors. I don't know why. Or I go to the doctor again and then they want to do a whole bunch of CT scans and everything again, and then I'm out another $500. Being in debt with the hospital, episode 2, Electric Boogaloo. All right, we're coming up on top of descent. We'll get closer and we should get a reference here of our vertical profile. We'll follow that. Should be good. There's one by your house that your mom sees and he's fairly cheap. Okay. I might take you up on that. I looked at Planet Fitness today, trying to work into the budget, getting a black card there so I can go everywhere. They have a promotion going on that's $0 down, which would be nice. But still $25 a month that I don't want to spend. $25 a month that I don't want to spend, but I probably need to spend to be healthier. Oh, my sister commented on my TikTok. Nice. Fun stuff, fun stuff. The apartment has a 24/7 gym? Does it now? Alright, so let's adjust our altitude down. We'll hit VNav. It's going to follow this, roughly follow this purple box. We want this gold bar right here to be in the purple box. So it'll descend at a shallow rate until that catches back up, and then it'll follow that. I'm gonna pull the power back a little bit. It should follow that. There we go, VNav path. There we go. Wasn't in the right mode. All right, I'm gonna set 3,000 feet for now. Then I'm gonna look at the chart and probably adjust. I need to look at the amenities that that apartment has. Oh, sorry. Hovered over something in the toolbar. All right, let's look at the chart. We'll see what our altitude, 1,700 feet is our approach ref altitude, our bottom altitude. So we'll put in 1,700. And hopefully there will be visual. We can just fly it in visually. That's what I'm hoping for. Let's grab minimums. 700 feet. Let's come down here. MDA. We'll scroll this up to 700. 700 feet set. So that should be good. And there we go. There are people talking on VKBsim. Looks like there's a giant Atlas Air landing at St. Maarten. A giant. Got a UPS and a Atlas landing. That'd be fun to watch. Some 747s land. St. Maarten. If anybody's into the gaming world, Dr. Disrespect apparently has set his price for being signed to Kick at $50 million. Which sounds like a lot until you realize that Kick signed XQC for a $100 million contract. It's like NFL player contracts that these streamers are getting. Some insane stuff. Just crazy. I just can't imagine, right? Like, you play video games or something, and you're like, I don't know, I stream video games. I can't imagine being approached with a $100 million contract to stream on a website for playing video games. That's just insane to me. That streaming has grown to that point where these big streamers get these massive contracts. Like, I think Ninja had a huge contract with Twitch. How much was his contract? Between 20 and $30 million. It's just nuts. It's crazy stuff. As a flight sim streamer, I am sure I will never get approached for a X million dollar contract. But if it ever happens, the answer is yes. I guess. The only thing I don't like about flying the ATR is it's really slow. It's like we're on the approach. We got another plane in front of us here. I'm gonna pull back power. This looks like they're landing. Yeah, they're landing at St. Maarten. It's that 747, I believe. It was on the 10-mile final. So I'm going to pull back our speed back to 170. And hopefully they're not going at their final approach speed already. It says they're going 190. Gonna have wake turbulence behind them coming into land, probably. There's St. Maarten over there. There's a cruise ship out in the ocean. There you go. That's part of the scenery, I think. So we'll be making the
Julian traffic GPS 313 heavy coming around at the end of the 1-0 back taxi to the terminal. Hello, back taxi to 747. Awesome.
these dudes talking to each other. I'm gonna start slowing way down because I forgot they're gonna have to backtrack too. Tell you what, here's what we're gonna do. Let's go heading. Just to help these guys out. We're gonna do a 360 out here.
Rest the street on a traffic, UPS 313 heavy. We're just gonna hold here for landing traffic. I should get turned around. Oh my god.
And probably flies ATRs really have patience, right? I don't have enough patience for this. It's a tender port. You take a small boat to the island because there isn't a big enough dock for cruise ships. Ooh, fancy.
Okay, fine, we'll go. He's complaining.
Yeah, short final.
What's our call sign? Is it Green Plane? I think it is. Air Antilles. Greenbird. Let's go ahead and make a
Juliana's traffic. Giant 5290 heavy short
right-hand
final.
turn here.
John, whatever happens, I don't want to hear it.
What are you doing,
My
plane?
tongue, man.
Heading.
Just give it to him.
Nah, you're good. Landing distance is fine. You just couldn't take that shit off. Yeah.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. So it's not following the heading for some reason. I'm gonna go manual control. I want to keep this right-hand turn going. So we'll make this right-hand turn. We're doing a 360 because there's two 747s that just landed. They're gonna have to backtrack. It's just giving them a little bit of space. But landing data.
This is where you show us all how to do it, Grant.
It says V approach is
Yeah.
110. So we'll probably come in at 115. About 5 knots over. Should be okay. So we'll get down to 1,700 feet, which is what we're coming up on right now. Keep some speed on.
He's a veteran, the guy that landed before him. Damn.
I hate that they're just talking random talk on frequency. So I can't keep the frequency turned up. So it'll distract me from talking. Not on frequency, just like talking in general. Alright. We did our 360. It was a little dirty because the plane decided to have a mind of its own. Let's go ahead and hit nav again. I'm flying it manually right now. So I'm just going to fly it up to our RNAV approach and then I'll turn.
Traffic, Giant 5290 heavy taxiing, back taxiing right 10.
Then we'll make this turn to line up and bring it in. I'm going to get the chart up so I know how far away I am. Oh. Plane has torque. Wants to turn to the left. Yeah, ATR pilots definitely have some patience. More patience than I got. I'm still excited though. Majestic's making a Dash 8 for MSFS. So I'm very excited for that.
Julian traffic. Giant 59 heavy, still back section right 10. We'll exit here in about 30 seconds.
Copy that, Julian traffic. Papa Hotel Golf off to right. Hold the position and wait for the heavy. And welcome to my hometown airport, guys.
Hometown airport.
Thank you. They did a great job with this scenery.
Yep, little minor details that only St. Martin Airport would know.
And one day hope to visit here.
Let's go flaps 15. Gonna help with our angle of attack. All right, how far are we? About 8 miles. Cool. Let me get do that. Juliana traffic, Greenbird, 104 Foxtrots on about an 8-mile final for runway 10. We're reducing final approach speed for all you guys on the ground. Juliana traffic. All right, keep it slowing down. Got the runway inside, so we're visual. Just gonna ignore the autopilot. It is cool with the scenery. They have the cruise ship out there. Kind of what you would expect with St. Martin. I think there's a plane getting ready to take off. Said somebody was short of runway 10.
Traffic, Papa Oscar Victor, continue in taxi.
I have no idea what this person just said. Look, the volume turned up for landing. There we go. Said I was reducing final approach. I'm really not, I'm being honest. I'm just trying to keep it slow. All right, we're what, about 1,000 feet? We go gear down. I'll just keep trying to bleed some speed off. Speed's bleeding off. Gonna trim it out. We'll go flaps full. There's 115 RV approach. I'm gonna try to zoom in.
Juliana traffic, Papa Golf Oscar Victor holding short from 10 at Delta for the inbound.
Sweet. He's holding short. Keep our speed up.
Approaching minimum.
We'll try to get down and get off the runway. This guy's down here holding short for us.
Minimum.
Continue. There's our minimums call. Keep it coming down. We're looking good. We're a little bit high. I can start kind of seeing the pappies there. Now we're good. 2 red, 2 white. We do have reverse thrust. I guess it's not reverse thrust. We have reversers on this plane. So we can stop on a dime pretty much. I'm aiming for the threshold. There's the beach there where all the people would be standing underneath. Get it down. We're in reverse. And out of reverse. There we go. We'll get off the runway. Got the flaps coming up. We should be good. We'll make this turn off here. Juliana traffic, Greenbird 104 Foxtrot's clear of runway 10. Juliana traffic.
Papa Hotel Golf Oscar Victor, Juliana traffic. We're going on runway 10, backtrack 2. Got departure.
Boom. Alright, we'll taxi over to the terminal. It's kind of nice having some traffic down here. I love it. This is the handcrafted scenery for St. Martin. It's kind of cool. The landing lights off. We'll take a look around the scenery too. Get our gust lock on. Flaps are up. That should be good. We'll get the strobe lights off. There we go. Nice. Look at you go. Making me feel good about myself. Okay. Gotta be careful with that. We got that plane over there. That's a 747. Model matching isn't working, of course, but you know, what can you do? I've done everything I can to try to get the model matching to work. So taxiing over here, I'm not gonna have GSX signal us in because it's just a pain in the ass. We'll do it at the next airport. Oh, we do have a marshaller. Okay. Cool. Works for me. There we go. Into the gate. Get the parking brake on. Let's go ahead and feather number 2. Then we can jump up and get the prop brake on, which should stop that prop from spinning. There we go. Excuse me. Bring it back up to auto. Once it gets back up to auto, we'll feather number 1 and shut it down, get the GPU on, and we'll be here. That's where Air France parks. I just picked a random place. I didn't see where Aaron Tilley's parks. Alright, we're back up to auto. Feather number 1. And we'll shut it down. And that should be good. We'll go to aircraft, ground power, wheel chocks. Get those on. Get the ground power on. We'll shut down engine number 2. Go to feather. And then off. We should be good. We'll see if GSX wants to work today. Menzies, why not? Sweet. Jump up here, we'll get the beacon turned off. Since that's good to go, we'll turn off the probe heats. We don't need those on while we're sitting on the ground.
200 traffic, Papa Hotel Golf.
Let everybody get up. Seatbelt signs are off. There we go. Welcome to St. Maarten. What lights do I have on? Oh, the landing lights are on. Weird. Anyway. What nose light is on? Huh. I don't know. Switches are opposite from other planes. There's the passengers flying into the jetway, as usual. Love it. Yeah, here we go. Welcome to St. Maarten. And we'll be taking off out of here and making our way to Dominica. So I'll get a... oh crap, that view's messed up. Lovely. Maybe I can do... crap, I don't know. We'll do this angle. Alright, there we go. We'll hang out on VKBsim while we get the next flight set up. I'm not going to take too long to get this ready. We'll go sim brief. Get the music turned back on too. We'll look at flight aware so I can get the call sign for the next one. We're at TNCM. I have scenery for the next airport, which is TDPD, Neville Hall, in Dominica. We are Greenbird 104 Sierra. GUI 104S from TNCM to TDPD. ATR 70 to 600. Let SimBrief do its thing. Be flying over some islands on this one. Be kind of cool. Put that in. That should be all good. Boom, boom, boom. Generate the flight. That's golden. And I'll get Navigraph reset as well. Sweet. And here's our next route here. So we're going to be flying St. Maarten to Dominica. It's going to be a southerly route. So we'll take the Modor departure, Modor 2, out of St. Maarten. We'll take off runway 10, the same one we landed. Fly on down through the islands down here to Dominica. Boom. Right there. Should be a fun landing. This is a short runway, so that'll be fun. Little teeny tiny small airport. But that is that. I'll get the flight data stuff reset real quick. Never put in the ETA again, I forgot. How long of a flight is it? It's about 50 minutes, give or take. Not too terribly long. Would be shorter, but the ATR is slow as heck. I think I bumped the... There we go. Okay. Trying to decide if you're going to be able to stay awake. Hey, nobody's making you stay awake. You go to bed whenever you want to. My goal is to be back on the ground by 1 o'clock. 1 p.m. 1 p.m. 1 a.m. Yeah, we'll be on the ground in 13 hours. Cool. That should be awesome. If you're hanging out in here, you haven't already, like the stream to feed the algorithm if you're enjoying what you're seeing. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Help grow the channel. We're growing pretty good. Our first milestone that we want to hit is 100 subscribers. We're just under halfway there. So, that's the first milestone. There, I did the YouTube thing where I beg for likes. Oh, share with your friends too. We could tell you to share. Drop a comment below. I think all those things feed the algorithm. Anyway, I'm gonna go use the restroom real quick, get up, stretch my legs, and be just a couple minutes, and I will be right back. I'll see you here in just a bit. Man, it is annoying being old. Alright, GSX, you're not done yet? What the hell have you been doing this entire time? They haven't even unloaded the baggage. Alright. Well, anyway. Seal flight plan. We'll import. Got that in. We'll set the fuel. Set the payload. Fuel, blah, 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 blah. Always spam it a lot just to make sure, and then I'll double check in the weight and balance panel. Fuel 5.2, 5.2. Takeoff weight 4.8, 4.7. That's close enough. Awesome. All right, I'm going to cheat GSX because it's taken. Actually, I'll just let it keep deboarding. Why not? And then I'll cheat it for pushback. Okay. So what I'm gonna try this set flight plan again. See if it'll automatically set it. And it did direct. Annoying. Okay. Here, we'll get this. I'll get this plugged in real quick. I think this flight plan thing is still kind of broken. All right. Taking off runway 10. The Motor 2 departure with the Zapata transition. From Zapata, we'll take the A517. Oh, and you're young, you say you want to go older, and then when you get older, you want to be younger. Dude, I wish I was still a kid. When I was a kid, though, I didn't have a PC. Couldn't do flight sim. Had to use my old laptop. Next waypoint, Dom. Into the arrival. There we go. That was simple enough. Boom. Getting old stinks, and I'm only 25. Alright, so we got that in. We'll go perf in it. Cruising altitude, is it 13,000? 15,000 this time. Pop that in, 15,000. Sounds good. We'll do our weights real quick. Gross, or zero fuel weight, 42379. 379. And our fuel, 5216. Boom. Fuel flow. Whatever, that's fine. Pos in it should be good. Weight's good. Nav data, okay. Perf in it. Or perf. So we do want perf. Make sure our takeoff speeds are set. If we go to performance. What the heck? Okay, hold on. Okay, that should be good. This looks like it's still going to be 110, 110, 114. So that should be all right. Cool. Are you done? Are the passengers done flying through the air? Awesome. All right, let's do some insane scrolling real quick up to 15,000. Scroll for ages. Always gotta scroll for ages. $15,000 is set. Speed is set to auto, so it should manage that just fine. We'll flip this over to 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 get ready for takeoff. Our heading, we're going to take off and we're going to make a right-hand turn on the departure. So we're going via this. should have an initial. The French Antilles and the Netherlands Antilles are right next to each other. I had no idea the island was split. Learn something new every day. Alright, we'll set our runway heading and we'll just turn the heading bug to the right. So 096. Alright, 096. We'll turn like 150 just as a reference on takeoff. That should be good. Should be good with that. I think we're ready to go. Double check up here. Everything looks to still be set up from when we landed. We'll say we went ahead and did the boarding because I'm not going to reset the position. I'm not going to sit here and wait for GSX to do its thing again. So, I should be fine. Prepare for pushback and departure. All the master caution stuff we'll be able to take care of here in just a second as we get going.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Let's go ahead and get engine number 2 started again. Wait for 10% on NH. There we go. Put the fuel in. Should be good there.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Get the beacon light on. We'll get up to auto. So the engine is generating power. There we go. Should be good. We'll get the APU turned off, or the GPU turned off, rather. Get ground power disconnected. Probably should have shut the doors before that. All right. Let's go nose to the right, tail to the left, just because I don't trust GSX otherwise. It's going to push us back the wrong direction, but we'll do a U-turn and go out. Alright. Get the wheel chocks off. Get the parking brake off. And we'll let it push us back. That should be good. I was going to look at something in here, but I don't remember what it was. Oh, we'll get our METAR. QNH 1017. Which is set. There we go. What was I going to look at? Hell, I don't remember. Oh, I forgot. I need to, pre-file. Disconnect from VATSIM real quick. File the flight plan. Then we'll connect 104 Sierra. Get reconnected. That should be good. Doesn't look like anybody's landing at St. Martin, so we should be okay to get out of here. Which is good. Yeah, dude, getting older. I remember when I used to be able to sleep at night and I wouldn't wake up hurting the next morning. Alright, what is this pushback that you're doing, GSX? Thank God there's nobody else here. What the hell are you doing? Fun. I guess we probably should have parked over here. That's probably where the smaller planes park. Alright, parking brake set. Let me jump into GSX and tell them we have a good engine start. Confirm, good engine start.
We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
So they're getting disconnected. We'll go ahead and start engine number 1. Good night, Kayla. Thanks for hanging out. I love you too. You'll text me. I will reply to that text. All right. Got engine number 1 going. There's that dude's head inside of the cockpit again. Good Lord, GSX. Doing great these days. We're waiting for that to get started. We'll go to payload. We need 1.4 up for the trim, so I'm going to go to like 1.1. Just like I did for the last flight. Looks like we have a good start. We'll go to auto.
Left is clear, right is clear.
We'll wait for the engine to spool up a bit to get the gens good. Pull engine number 2 back to feather. Get the prop brake off. And we'll bring it back up to auto for the conditions. Takeoff flaps will be flaps 15. We'll jump up here and actually remember to turn on the pitot heat this time, so that should be good. Get the taxi light on. And GSX should be done. Boom. Let's get out of here. Release the parking brake. We'll start our taxi. Do the GoPro view for the taxi. Why not? Now, would an ATR backtrack at Princess Juliana? I'm not sure. I'm probably going to do it just for sanity's sake. Fuck it. I'm going to do it because it's cool. Juliana traffic. Greenbird 104 Sierra. Backtracking runway 10. Juliana traffic. I'm going to do it because it's cool. I don't care if they don't do this IRL. Get the gust lock off. Get the strobe light on. Since we're on the active runway now. We'll get some power in to speed up our taxi. When you're taxiing on the runway, you can taxi faster because they probably don't want you sitting on the runway, you know? Alright, we'll do this, I'll turn around, see if I can get a good turn on to center line here. Probably not, but I can try. Not known for lining up with the center line. That one actually wasn't that bad. All right, we'll stand on the brakes. Should be good to go. Juliana traffic, Greenbird 104 Sierra taking off runway 10. Juliana traffic. Let's get up to the detent, to the notch. There we go. Off the brakes, do some forward pressure, and we're rolling. Let me turn off the music and turn up the volume. My bad. There's 80 knots. Looking for about 110. There's V1 rotate. We're out of here. Positive rate, gear coming up. We'll follow the LNAV, the right-hand turn. There's the beach down there. Wonder why they don't turn left. There's mountains over there. All right, let's go ahead and bring the flaps up. Start accelerating. I think their goal with turning right after departure is just keep everybody away from the mountains. Let's go IAS, hold. Let's scroll down here. We'll go to climb. Or maybe the wind. True, yeah. Could be a wind thing. Definitely could be. I don't know. I may Google it. I'm curious now. I'm sure they take off runway 10 because of the wind. I had to bet. Normally comes from the northeast. Yeah. Guess it could be that. Still flying it manually. This plane is fun to fly. I think next week I'm gonna try to get a stream in, a morning stream in this weekend, if I can. I'd like to, because the last morning stream was really fun. It's fun to just get up and hang out with you guys. But I think next week for the Thursday stream we'll do Innsbruck. I want to redeem myself from the video that I posted flying into Innsbruck. So I think we'll do Innsbruck. Somebody requested Munich to Innsbruck. I don't know if there's an airline that flies that though. Let's see, EDDM. Oh my gosh. EDDM. Chloe. Let's see what we got. Nothing. I don't know. I want to do like real flights. Is there anybody that's like seasonal between Munich? I was hoping for Euro wings. Maybe Air Berlin used to do it. Let's see. I have this fun little application called Flight Scheduler. This is a really fun one. So what you can do with this is you can look up past flights. So if we specify the airport details, EDDM and LOE, anytime, refresh table. There we go. Looks like Austrian Airlines used to do it. They did it with the 737. I want to do it with an A320. So let's see what Austrian. Surely they have A320s in their fleet. They're in Europe. They had A340s at one point. Yeah, they have A320s. I was gonna say, surely they do. What do you think, chat? Next Thursday, do we want to do the A320 CEO or the A320 Neo? I'm good with either. We just did the Neo on stream, though. Might be fun to do the CEO, the Phoenix A320. What in the fuck is this route? Oh Lord. What the hell is going on? Scheiße. Whip out my German for a second on this one. Okay. A59 SKB. Oh, I see what's going on. We need to get rid of Dom. So if we get rid of Dom, there we go. That's the route we want. So it's taking us direct to the airport and then bringing us back to the flight plan. That's what's going on. Okay, we're good now. We're great. Anything I like? We might do the CEO then. I think we'll do this. I think we'll do the Phoenix. I'm gonna check flightsim.to and see if there's any like special looking liveries or anything. I'd be surprised. Could do the Star Alliance livery. The retro livery. Is this retro livery real? OELBP. Looks like it was at least at one point. It's kind of a cool looking livery. What do we think, chat? I think that's a cool one. I like the way that looks. The retro feel of it. It looks old. It's a retro one. Because we could do that. There's also the newest livery too. Oh my god, every website with the goddamn ads. Like, I know they gotta make their money, but jeez. I'll surprise you. You're not gonna know what livery we're taking until we do the flight. How about that? I'll surprise all of you. I think I know which one I'm gonna pick, but I'll keep it a secret. But if I can, I want to get a flight in on either Saturday or Sunday. Don't worry, I'll post it. I'll schedule the stream ahead of time so you'll know. But I do want to try to incorporate some morning streams into the schedule. Once I get really what I'd like to do is I'd like to get 1 or 2 videos, 1 video guaranteed a week, and then a morning stream and a night stream. The night stream will be Thursdays. That's pretty much the guaranteed stream. But then I want to get working a morning stream as well. Once I get that done, I got to work on getting a schedule together for Kick, because I got some FPS people I got to cater to a little bit. Got to take care of them too. I'm not going to put as much effort into that though. Like uploading YouTube videos, things like that. I'll probably do shorts for that channel. I'm keeping it all separate, so this channel is only going to be Flight Sim. So don't worry, I'm not going to inundate you all with FPS games. Don't worry about it. But yeah. Ooh, I gotta reply to Kayla real quick. 1 second. Her and I didn't talk about what movie we're gonna watch tomorrow night. I hope it's a surprise. Get the landing lights off. And we're above transition altitude, so we can go jump over here, Barrow Standard, get that plugged in. Transition was 5,000 feet. So I can get the sound pulled back a little bit, get music on. Let's see if I can switch it up a little bit. What do we got? A little bit of jazz, why not? You like jazz? I don't have rotate keybind set, annoyingly. My controller doesn't work very good anymore. Or you hear the ATR nearly every day because the French side of the island? Gotcha. Yeah, we don't have many, every once in a while at our kind of municipal airport, there'll be an ATR that flies in. They stand out like a sore thumb. They're much louder than all the other general aviation traffic that flies in. Apologize, I'm gonna reset the progress bar. Forgot to do that. TP. Oh, BPD. There we go. It's got ETA 0555 Zulu. So I'll get that plugged in too. Cool. Cruise altitude's 15,000 feet. Flight level 150. Yeah, we don't have really any turboprop airplanes where I'm at. So the only turboprop airliners are ATRs, and those are rare, like very rare. There's some really small freight charter companies that fly them. I think there's some charter airlines that fly them as well. We don't have any Dash 8s that come around, but most of the traffic into Kansas City, which is where I'm at, is Southwest. Honestly, it's 737s, and then some regional airlines as well, CRJs and ERJs. Delta still flies a 757 into here, which is a nice treat. Seeing that every once in a while. And then FedEx flies... No. UPS flies MD-11s into Kansas City, which those are really cool to see. If you ever get an opportunity to see an MD-11 take off, it is wacky. It's cool. If you watch an MD-11 take off, once we get ours in MSFS, it's gonna be fun to fly, because when it takes off, it looks like it's flying straight up because it has a really high angle of attack on takeoff. It's a really cool plane. I think the Elton 11 TriStar is better, but the DC-10 MD-11 is still cool. Need to jump inside and make sure we're not overspeeding, which we're not. We're doing good. We'll zoom in a little bit, make sure we don't fly past our top of descent, which is coming up in about 80 miles. Just a little bit, we'll go in and set up our arrival. If there is any, it's probably a visual at this airport. I'd be surprised if there's an ILS. There's an RNAV. We can take an RNAV. We'll do the RNAV. On my 2.7. I do think the ATR is a good looking plane though. Whoever designed it did a good job. As much as I like the Dash 8, I think the Dash 8's kind of ugly. I think the ATR looks much better than the Dash 8. I know the Dash 8 is faster. Anguilla just started to get American Eagle there. I wonder who's flying that, because American Eagle, those are contracted out. Let's go take a peek and see. I'm curious. Probably Envoy if I had to bet. See Miami to Anguilla. Am I saying that right? AA 3780. It's an Embraer 175. So that sounds like Envoy. Oh, we have a flight radar up. It's not. Is that Mesa? MQ? No, it is Envoy. ENY. Looks like the American also flies from San Juan to Anguilla. The Valley. The Embraer E-Jets, I'm okay flying on those, but they're ERJs, the smaller Embraer ones. Those are a pain to fly in. I can't stand up in them. I'm too tall for them. How's our Hurricane Hunter doing? Still zooming around? Yep. Still zooming around. Has this tropical storm been named yet? Tropical Storm Brett. Or is this Tropical Storm Cindy? National Hurricane Center. What do we got? Looks like it's Brett. What's up, Brett? Where you going? It's like South America. Barbados, St. Vincent, the Grenadines, St. Lucia, Martinique, and Dominica. So we're going to Dominica. So I wonder if we'll get some weather on the way in. Not quite. It's not quite to Dominica yet. Looks like Tropical Storm Cindy is going to go north. Okay. So Ninja, you live around the islands there in the Caribbean. How are hurricanes down there? I've always been curious, because it seems like you all get pounded with hurricanes all the time. Hurricanes and tropical storms. Up where I'm at, we don't have hurricanes, but we have tornadoes. I'm a big fan of inclement weather. I'm a weather nerd. Flight sim nerd and a weather nerd. The last time I was in Florida, our first couple days there was a tropical storm that came through. It wasn't a very strong one, though. And we weren't where it made landfall either. It made landfall south of Daytona, where we were at. But here, my only frame of reference is like mesocyclones. Which are these big-ass thunderstorms we get here. They're the tornado makers. These things can get pretty nasty. And they're where the tornadoes come from. Every time there's a storm, I'm like, come on. Be bad. Be a bad storm. I love major thunderstorms. But this season for us was kind of quiet. Our storm season's pretty much over where I'm at. We'll still get thunderstorms here and there. I think it's supposed to rain Saturday. But, in terms of our major thunderstorm season, that's pretty much over. Let me see. Yeah, 50% chance of storms on Saturday. Look at the convective outlook. I'm curious. So my favorite thing that the NOAA has is the convective outlook, because it gives you kind of a outlook on where storms will be, severe storms. So you have this enhanced risk, a slight risk, and then a marginal. So here in my area, we're not going to get any severe storms, it looks like, but up in Nebraska, Wyoming, South Dakota, that kind of tri-state area there, they'll be having some severe storms. You can pop the interstates on. That's kind of cool. Like that. You can do counties. Oh, air TCCs. There's your air traffic control areas. FEMA zones. Tribal lands. Cool. You can do population centers. Yeah, 5% chance of tornadoes and a 5% down here too. Cool. All right, we're inching closer to our top of descent. Let's get our approach plugged in. Figure out what we're doing for that. All right, so I'm gonna be landing at Dominica. Be coming in runway 27. We'll get a look at what our options are here. Could pick it up from PPR. I think we'll try that. RNAV, runway 27 from PPR. Takes us out over another island, which could be kind of fun. All right, let's do that. RNAV 27. No star. Looks like we have no transition. We'll go from PPR to VOLAB. Which gets that in. Golden. Oh. There we go. Add that to the route. We are missing a waypoint, adver, so we need to put that in. From PPR. Adver. Next waypoint. There we go. So that is good. We'll check out what we got going on here. The RNAV. There we go. All right, 1,700 feet again. Our minimums are 900 feet. So we'll get that plugged in. Drop this down to 1700. Oh. $1,700 feet, flight level 170. Or flight level 1017, because we're in standard altimeter. But 1,700 feet's plugged in. Our minimums. Pop this out of the way for now. Tune that up to 900 feet. MDA. Perfect. We should be good. We're still on Unicom. I'd be surprised if there's any traffic we need to worry about. Flying into Dominica. It's like a pretty small airport. What in the hell just happened with my monitor? There we go. Yeah, it doesn't look like anybody's going into Dominica at the moment. Should be fine. Let me go take a peek at what I've done stream-wise. So we've done MD80, we've done 787, A320neo, we're doing the ATR right now. If I do a morning stream this weekend, I will probably try to do I would try to do a 737. We might go to Australia. How's that sound? Do some Qantas flights. Probably try out Qantas. See what's going on down there. And my neck is starting to hurt again. Time to stretch. Ooh-wee. Can't go the other way. My neck will start hurting. Did the Navy detect the implosion of the Titan submarine? That ain't good. 'Cause if they did, then that means they knew it imploded and didn't tell anybody. Ugh. Interesting, interesting. Yeah, the whole stuff going on with that submarine, that Titanic submarine, is Some intense stuff. Kind of hilarious, the memeing of it. I mean, in all seriousness, it's not really a joking matter, but it is fun to make jokes out of the Titan submarine. I'll be honest. I've seen some pretty funny memes come out of it. So not too far out from top of descent, about 17 miles or so, 18 miles. I got a new keyboard. I got the glorious GMMK2. And the reason I did is because it has a numpad. So I don't have to use my Streamdeck to change views anymore. But, I like my Razer one too much. I don't like the keycaps that this has on it. They're like, I don't know, they feel cheap, like they're real shiny and cheap, and like my finger gunk is like showing up on them like grease. It's kind of weird. And here, 1 second. This is my keyboard I was using. Razer Huntsman Mini. Look how tiny this thing is. I love it. And the keys on it feel great. I think it's definitely my preferred gaming keyboard. I think I'll keep using it for gaming. The good thing is both these keyboards are USB-C, so I can just swap them whenever I want. I guess I'm definitely becoming the tech snob who has two different keyboards. All right, we picked up the vertical profile. So let's hit VNav. VNav path is selected. So it'll follow the VNav. Once we hit that top of descent, it'll start bringing us down. We had a transition. Transition altitude is 9,000. The transition levels by ATC, but we'll just make it 10,000 maybe. 1,000 above transition altitude. I kind of wish VKBsim would just throw in a transition altitude or transition level in their dealio here. The winds at Dominica. It's going to be a windy approach. 110 at 25, gusting 40. This is going to be fun. I hope you guys are hope you guys are ready. That's the TAF. TAF. The METAR has 110 at 13 knots. Either way, it's windy. Hope you guys are ready for some wind. I hope we get some wind. Make it interesting. we're going down. Going down. I want to keep power on so we can speed up and get in quicker. Start pulling the power back as we get closer. Looks like our ETA is 10 minutes from now, so hopefully in 10 minutes we'll be on the ground. Just pulling the power back a little bit now. Keep us going down. I got a freaking gnat flying around my room. I hate those buggers. Damn fruit fly gnat looking things. Apparently they breed in your drains. So they fly up your like drain in your sink, your bathroom or whatever. And then they're here. They're everywhere. I hate those things. Got a Speedbird A320 Neo. Flying from Fort Lauderdale to St. Martin. Okay. Aeromexico. E145 from Fort Lauderdale to San Juan. The American from Tampa to San Juan. That one sounds realistic. Here's that extra island that I wanted to fly over, and then our airport that we're going to be landing at is over here. Taking this RNAV, we get to go over this island. It's kind of cool. My favorite thing about MSFS is the sightseeing. I love it. There's this island's airport below us. Right down there. I wish I knew the names of all the islands here in the Caribbean. I feel like as an American who lives in Middle America, the Midwest, it'd be a fun party trick to know the names of these islands. Alright, we're through transition. We kind of blew through it. We'll go ahead and swap back over. And our QNH is 1014. There we go. We're also through 10,000, so we'll get the landing lights on. And those are good to go. Having the VNAV in this plane is really nice. I'm a fan of it. Don't have to sit here and bounce the vertical speed the entire flight. Pretty nifty. and a prop liner. Do I have the replay turned on? I don't. Dang it. I hate it how you have to turn that on every time you start the sim. It's really annoying. I almost crushed the net and I missed. Dadgummit. Dadgummit. Coming down on profile nicely. I'm going to start slowing us down. Be going through some clouds here. Nothing to be worried about. According to the weather, tropical storm isn't here yet. Start pulling our speed back just a little bit. We'll zoom in on the map a little bit. We look at our landing performance. Looks like it has RV approach. The approach is at 210. How long is this runway? Because we may not use reverse thrust. I kind of feel like reverse thrust is cheating. Because this plane just like stops on a dime when you throw in reverse. Alright, the weather here. No rain in the METAR, so we should have a dry runway. Should be good. Kind of keep looking out the window here. We should be getting a visual on the airport before too terribly long. See the airport right there. Nice. I think I'll go ahead and take control. If I get done itching my foot on my rudder pedals. Alright, my airplane. I'll just fly the RNAV for now. So we get a little bit closer. Not in any hurry to slow down or anything. So don't have to deal with other traffic. This should be a more normal approach. So I'm going to keep at 170 knots for now. So we get a little bit closer. Go ahead and turn off the music. Turn the sim sound up a little bit. There we go. Dominica traffic, Greenbird 104 Sierras on a short final. Runway 27, Dominica traffic. we go. Start slowing it down. Go ahead and get flaps 15 out. I'll start bleeding that speed like crazy. We're visual now, so we should be good. Let's go ahead and drop the gear. Gear coming down.
Approaching minimum.
Continue. Go flaps full. Holy crap, this tailwind is throwing us through a loop at the moment. I don't think we got it. Go around.
200.
I did not plan for that tailwind. Get the gear up. We'll just do a circuit and bring it back in and land. There we go, the first Keegan Toga go around. I guess the first full power Toga go around. Forgot about that tailwind. I brought it in too quick. I'm just gonna keep flaps 15. There's no other traffic here. So we'll just do a quick little circuit, bring it back into land. I should have pressed the go around button. I have a button bound for that. I don't go around very often, so. We're redlining the engine, so don't want to do that. We could just back up to about 1700 feet. Thereabouts. We're getting blown by this wind right now. See, we're going like diagonally at the moment. So this time when we come in, we need to plan for the wind. We should be able to do. Should have done that to begin with. We still have flaps 15. Oh, just getting a little bit of a tour. Giving the passengers a little bit of a tour. There we go. Be on our downwind leg. Take a look out here. The airport's over there. Behind the trees over here. It's also a part of flying a plane that you're not necessarily comfortable with. Is just ending up having to go around and stuff like that. It's all good. Keep some power in. Fly out this way a little bit. Then we'll make a base turn. Should have called that go around on Unicom, just in case. So the real go around is to make this turn and then we go hold at the end of the approach. But we don't need to do that since there's no other traffic we have to worry about. I'm gonna do a cheat. Here we go, we're at our first waypoint. On the way out, we'll start descending down a little bit. Cutting the power. We'll focus on trying to get slow. This wind is not going to be in our favor. Go ahead and drop the gear. Now we're on our base leg. I can see the airport right there. We're at a much better angle than we were the last time. We'll work on making this turn. I'm gonna go ahead and go flaps full. Keep some power in. We're at our V approach right now.
Approaching minimum.
There we go.
Minimum.
Continue. A lot more stable this time than we were last time. Can already feel that crosswind. That tailwind pushing us right along. I think we will use reversers. So we're going to be going 20 knots faster than...
500.
As we're going 120 as our indicated, so we're probably going about 140 at the moment because we have a 20 knot tailwind. How accurate is that? How realistic is that to be landing with that tailwind? Probably not at all, but probably be going to an alternate right now if this was the real world. So I don't think they land the other way at this runway. It's gonna keep it coming down.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20.
Just get it down.
10.
There we go. The reversers fight the wind. There we go. We're down. It was a windy landing. See if we can make this turn here. There we go. We'll get taxied into the gate and we'll shut her down. I say gate, doesn't look like there's any gates here. We'll taxi into the ramp and we'll get shut down. Alright, get the flaps coming up. Landing lights off, strobe lights off. Gust lock on. Apparently stand on the brakes. Somebody's Cessna Caravan there. I love it. I wonder if we can get GSX going, because I don't know where parking would be. we go. So that'll help out having the marshaller show us where we need to go. There we go. Get the parking brake on. Oh, that's reverse. I don't want that. It's feather number 2. Get the prop brake on. Bring it back up to auto. So we can get generator going. Bring number 1 down to feather. Shut it down. Get the wheel chocks, ground power. Get the ground power on. And get it shut down. Turn the beacon off. And we'll get GSX to deboard us. You gonna do it? Deboarding requested. Sweet! We're good. We'll open up the doors, get the tail prop going.
Passenger's bus is coming.
Turn off our pedostatic, turn off our window heat. Turn off the fuel pumps. Let the passengers out. Get our hydraulic power off. The air bleeds can stay on, that should be fine. Sweet. Open your pack's door. Oh, I thought I did. Okay. Sweet. We are down. We did it. We did our flights. Let's jump outside. People should be getting off the plane before too terribly long. And there you have it. So like I said, I'm going to try to do a weekend morning stream. I'm not sure if I'll be able to, but I will get it scheduled ahead of time, so you'll see it in your sub feed ahead of time before the stream goes. But that is going to do it for me tonight. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope you all have a great rest of your week. Happy Friday. At least if you're in Central Time, happy Friday. You all have a great weekend. Safe, great weekend. Thanks for hanging out. Stay safe, stay healthy. I will catch you all in the next one. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see ya.